Well, Gary, it finished 1-1. How do you reflect on today's performance and result?
Tough game, very tough game again. You knew that with QPR sort of recent form that they'd go back to front fairly quickly. We were pretty certain that they'd take a little bit of a risk out the game in some ways and play perhaps a bit more percentage football. And that's they reserved the right to do that, and at times caused us one or two problems with it. I thought first half, after the first 5 or 6 minutes where we knew that's what they're doing, we had to react to where the ball was going. I think it makes it difficult when you don't make a lot of passes at the back. It makes it very difficult for you to go and pinch anything. So therefore our two midfielders are sat a bit deeper, knowing that the ball's going to come forward, knowing that the ball's perhaps going to already get into those areas, and it became difficult to try and create any space in that midfield for us to get on the ball. And one or two of our decisions were good first half in terms of when to try and play and when to play forward. I thought one or two of our decisions were very, very poor in terms of when we had an opportunity to put our foot on the ball and pass the ball. We couldn't quite make that first one or two passes to get a move going, and we were really wasteful in possession at times. And again, that's when you've got to dig in, and that's when you've got to make sure that you're resolute. Second half, we had to do that. After going a goal up and then wasting that lead really with a poor set piece that we allowed them to get in the first place, and then a poor set piece that we allow them to score from. Corker gets away from shots, and he apologised at half time. But again, you're back to level pegging at that point. Morrow actually had a chance at 1-0 up, a really, really good chance. He probably should score again, but it was that type of day. And then we've got to see the second half out. We just showed a little lack of energy at times today, and again, like I said, we're really wasteful in possession. And towards the end, with about 25 minutes to go, I really wanted to bring Dave Cottrell on the pitch, but I just felt as though we were running out of steam a little bit, and we just needed to make sure that we had enough strength in terms of our defensive positions to accept this one wasn't as good as we like. Last week we ended up winning the game that we chased. This week we had to just hold back on chasing the game and just make sure that we take a point.
I suppose with the previous results leading up to this, it makes it a good point to keep that total ticking over. The unbeaten run now is 5, of course.
Yeah, and I think again you've got to pick points up, keep picking points up along the way. We're unbeaten still away from home. It's another tough place to go. We played some really big, strong, physical teams. I felt QPR were probably the most physical team we played recently, and we held up to that. And you've got to remember as well, without key players, we've had to deal with that. Legs is coming for Thomas Kuszczak and done really, really well. Glees came in for Rowett, and again, you're going to miss those types of players. Clayton wasn't fit today. Again, I felt we missed his pace in terms of getting up the pitch. But we've coped with it. We've still had some opportunities, not enough to go and get that second goal. But it's a point, like you say.
Lucas got another goal for himself. He's proven a bit of certainly an adequate replacement for Clayton.
Well, again, it's amazing, isn't it? Because you look at when we signed him, and a lot of people criticise that decision because his goal scoring form wasn't good. But again, we've given him the opportunity to try and play the games to get him that little bit of a confidence. And as we know, confidence is an absolutely huge and vital thing in football, and you could see when he scored against Sheffield Wednesday that confidence would build. In training in the week he was excellent, and again you could see that confidence building in terms of his finishing and the way he was taking early finishes rather than perhaps waiting a little bit. And I think also another goal again will build that little bit of confidence. So very, very pleased with the way he's come into the team. He's a real team player, and the players are he's really popular amongst the lads.
2 home games now, and the chance to perhaps extend your unbeaten run and go into the international break on the positive.
Yeah, but we've said that before, and we've been in these type of games before, where on paper they look the sort of games where you should capitalise on the run of form we're in. But we're going to have to work just as hard. The games are so tough. There's no, I know it's cliche, there's no easy games in this division, and you've got to continue to work hard. We'll have to work a lot harder and show a lot more energy than we did today. We're going to have to show a lot more quality on the ball than we did today, but we're certainly looking resolute at the minute and picking results up.